Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about the events that occurred on this date throughout the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but to possibly even answer questions you don't know you have. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar and on the website on thistheory.com.
For links to those sources, the music in the background, and anything else potentially interesting, please check the underbar in the description below, and go check out our link tree. You know, that has SoEn's, Twitch, MTM's link tree, I think. Anyway, I am AO Xander.
I'm MTM, and he's Sohen. Yes.
Golden Moon.
All right. And, of course, you viewer are you. Today is August 14th, Moon's Day, aka Monday, 2023. Who wants to start us off in 554?
I will.
All right.
Okay. 554, Ravenna becomes the seat of Byzantine military governor in Italy.
All right.
And in the Battle of Offenlohen, 1040, King Duncan I of Scotland killed in battle against his first cousin and rival Macbeth. Not murdered in his sleep as in Shakespeare's play. The later does succeed him as king.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Shakespeare. You lied to me.
Huh. Yeah, Shakespeare. Well, I mean, you know, like the what's it called? The writers,
The Writers Guild.
no. Like writers' privilege,
Oh.
you know, or something like they get to embellish on things.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what? When I go in the afterlife, I'm kicking him directly in the nuts.
Ha. Anyway, you got another one here in 1183.
Do you mind if I take these two, since I would enjoy pronouncing the
Yes.
Asian
All right, go
stuff here?
for it.
Oh no! I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna do the top one. Okay.
Okay.
You get the Kublai Khan.
Okay.
1183. Tara no Numori and Tear clan take young Emperor Antoku and 3 sacred treasures and flee to western Japan to escape Miyamoto clan. Traditional Japanese date 25th day of the 7th month of the 2nd year of J.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
so
Japanese
weird.
calendars are a little bit like a little bit different, and like when a child is born, they're also considered 1 year old. So
Huh.
Yeah.
they do things a little bit differently there.
You know what?
That is
Like,
just-
see, here's
sounds
the
better.
thing. When a child is born, why are they already considered 9 months old?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good point.
The
So
government does consider us a person when we're born.
Yeah.
It's like how old is he? He's 18 months, so he's a year and fucking.
That's when you get your driver's license, social security, and everything
Yeah.
else. It's all by date of birth.
True. Yeah, no, so, and you make a good point. I hate it when, like, new parents do that stupid mathematics. It's like, oh, how old is your child? He's 3,748 days.
yeah.
Like,
he's 16
okay,
months.
cool.
He's a little
Like,
rascal.
thank you for
What
the
is-
math equation.
Well, since your kid's over 3,000 years old, that makes him immortal. There can only be one.
Anyway,
Okay, now it's DM's turn.
yes.
This is a very, very interesting event in history where the karma of the world comes back to bite someone in the ass. During the Kublai Khan's second Mongol invasion of Japan, his invading Chinese fleet of 3,500 vessels disappears in a typhoon near Japan.
Oh, jeez. You're
Dang.
not kidding.
Wow.
You are not kidding. That is.
Hey,
that's
was
karma
this
coming
during
back
the
to haunt you?
events of Tsushima?
I don't know. I don't know much about Japanese history, so that's more of a your guys' thing.
The events of what did you say, Sohan?
Tsushima.
I don't know if they were alive during that. Okay.
But you got another
Anyway.
one here.
1385, the Portuguese defeat the Castilians at Aljubarrata, retain independence.
All right.
That's not like a sporting event.
I'm not good at reading Portuguese. Battle of what is that accent mark? Domazilis. German Imperial Army takes flight and flees after fearing the Hussites sing their battle chorale. Part of the
Man.
Hussite Crusades.
Man, that reminds me. German Imperial Army takes flight. And
Yeah.
Pro takes flight.
They take flight. They got into an airplane and flew away. But no, like, actually, I have an interesting little bit of history talking about, like, a battle choir or something. You know, like, the original, like, circus theme, you know that one?
Yeah.
That was actually made by, like, some guy, like it was, like some king or emperor or some general or whatever, some guy in charge of a military, okay? And he made that song as an intimidation thing, but then that got turned into a circus music. But that was originally created to be an intimidation sound, like, so when you hear it, you know that his army's coming and you better run. Could you imagine,
Well,
like, taking that music as, like,
Here come the clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is intimidating because here come the clowns.
Yeah. Killer clowns
Kids are
murder
scared of
space.
clowns.
So, we're going to move on up to 1457. We have the oldest known exactly dated printed book, c 3 years after Gutenberg, the Bible.
Wow.
All right.
Jeez.
And we also have 1498. Christopher Columbus landed at the mouth of the Orinoco River in what is now Venezuela. All right.
Nah, he discovered that by mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was looking for the Indies. You know, they actually, I don't know. It's up for debate. You know, about like the knowledge of Leif Erikson discovering the northern part. You know, of North America and all that stuff, and Europeans, because there's a lot of misconceptions around like that time and the knowledge and general consensus of whatnot. But rather than getting into that, because people can go and you know look into that themselves, we got to continue on with our own show here. 1551, Ottoman fleet under Dragut captured Tripoli from the Knights of Malta after a 6-day bombardment. Wow. Even back then, you know, like
Yeah.
the whole. Like, could you imagine shell shock in the 1500s?
Yeah.
Like, 1585, Queen Elizabeth I of England refused sovereignty of the Netherlands. Wow. So,
Didn't give it to him.
oh,
Here's the sovereignty of the Netherlands.
oh, I thought she was refusing, like, her having sovereignty over them.
No, she's refusing giving them
Oh,
sovereignty.
okay. All right. Well, English is a weird language. Anyway, let's go. 1590, Mr. Sohan.
1590 publication of Christopher Marlowe's play Tamerlane the Great is recorded by Stationers Company of London, likely first performed 1587.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. And 1597, Cornelius de Houtman, Dutch fleet arrives back in Holland, the first Dutch to visit Java.
Ah. That painting is
Unlike
not
the-
good. His eyes look buggy. Like, let me bigger that for
Probably
you.
is buggy. Probably allergic reacting to something.
Huh. But no, seriously, like this eye, it looks like it's flat, like it's a chameleon eye that's moving on its own. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
multiple
let's see.
faces.
Fine. Oh, there we go. 1642, Abel Tasman ship Heekscherk and Seenhain depart from Bavaria to search for Terra Austrias. Will be first Europeans to find Tasmania and New Zealand. Come
Ah.
to Tasmania. Come to Tasmania.
Yeah, Terra Australis. That's you know, they knew something was out there, but they didn't know, you know, what. But that would become Australia. You know, cool. But they
Yep.
found the other islands, New Zealand and Tasmania. So, how do you
Come to
miss Australia
Tasmania.
between those two?
That
What
damn
else?
song's stuck in my head now.
Let's see here. Moving on up to 1765. Here we go. Mr.
my turn?
MTM. Yes.
Yes. Massachusetts colonists challenged British rule by an elm, the Liberty Tree.
Now that's that was, what the hell was that? Something popped.
Yeah.
It's the British, they're coming!
Oh god. But yeah, no, like rule by elm. What the heck does that even mean? Like, let me look that up here real quick. But if that turns out to
What
be,
elm?
if that turns out to be a rabbit hole, then oh here, Liberty Tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right.
They declared it by a tree, the elm tree.
Okay. Yeah, Liberty Tree was a famous elm tree that stood in the Boston, Massachusetts, near Boston Common in the years before the U.S. or the American Revolution. In 1765, patriots in Boston staged the first act of defiance against the British government at the tree. The tree became a rallying point for the growing resistance to the rule of Britain over the American colonies, and the grounds surrounding it became known as Liberty Hall. The Liberty Tree was felled in August 1775 by loyalists led by Nathaniel Coffin Jr. or by Job Williams. So, wow, they tried to... They cut down the Liberty Tree, but, yeah, the rest is history, and it didn't work out well for the British. What else do we have? 1782, here we go.
Pseudonym forbids selling slave mothers without their babies.
Good.
No.
I mean, like...
No, it is wholesale. You can't get it. Oh, man, you shut up.
I mean, like, slavery is bad, but it's, like, at least they're not separating the mothers from the children. So, I mean, it's something.
But it's still bad. Like, hey, wholesale. You can't get one without the other.
All right, calm down there, Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
1824, General Lafayette returns to the U.S.
All right.
Yes.
Turns from where?
That's a good name.
Europe?
From France. He was from French.
Yeah.
So.
And we have a city in Louisiana named Lafayette.
Oh yeah, well Louisiana used to be the French territory.
Yeah.
Before
And
Louisiana,
Spanish.
Louisiana purchased. And the Spanish?
Yeah, we have both. Yeah, they're owned by both at once.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Florida was owned by Spain, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, and if we can backpedal to 1820, I'm sorry, I kind of missed that, Mr.
Oh,
MTM.
the first U.S. Eye Hospital, the New York Eye Infirmary, opens in New York City.
Oh, cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. We're going to move on up to 1842. Here we have the Second Seminole War declared over by U.S. Army Colonel Worth. After nearly 7 years, more than 3,000 Seminole Nation survivors were relocated from Florida to Oklahoma. Only about 300 allowed to remain. So this was part of our genocide against the natives. Yikes. 1846, Henry David Thoreau was jailed for refusing to pay taxes. Oh, tax evader. Wee woo, wee woo. And 1848, Oregon Territory was created. All right.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take a fourth one because that was rather short. 1861, martial law was declared at St. Louis, Missouri, due to pro-secession sentiment which surged throughout Missouri after the Battle of Wilson's Creek during the Civil War. Oh. All right.
Man, okay. And
You get a cool one, man.
yeah. 1862, Abraham Lincoln received the first group of African Americans to confer with a U.S. president.
All right.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody would do it, it'd be him. You know?
It's noted in history. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, also 1864, second day of Battle of Deep Bottom Run, Virginia Federal Assault.
Deep Bottom Run. Yikes. That sounds like what would happen to you after Taco Bell.
Yes. Also, the 1873, Field and Stream begins publishing.
Huh.
Yeah, it's I think a fishing a hunting and fishing magazine.
Hunting and fishing? Okay, maybe.
I think so.
Let me add that in here real quick. MTM, while I'm doing that, do you want to take us to 1880?
Sure. 1780?
1880.
Excuse me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was correct.
Field and Stream.
Ceremony to mark the completion of the Cologne Cathedral, attended by Emperor Wilhelm I. First begun in 1248, now the largest Gothic cathedral in Northern Europe.
Nice.
So it started in 1248 and it finished in 1880. That's like 550 years, roughly, 500 something. Like,
Yeah.
Cologne Cathedral. Let's take a look at this. Oh, cool. All right, yeah, it is a cathedral with cathedral-like properties and structures.
Oh, look at that.
That is amazing, though. Wow, look at that shot. Anyway, we got to continue on here. Here we go. Actually,
1882, Queen Victoria receives Zulu chief Katawayo.
ah.
She received him. Did she get blacked? That's kind of...
What?
How did she receive him?
Well, like formally, received him in the area,
Oh.
how
Okay.
how I would receive you, like in my entryway if you come over and visit me or something. You
Gotcha.
know?
Okay.
Like-
I was a little confused by that word.
Yeah. No, it's nothing bed related. Like,
No, she went black and she never went
That
back.
would have been new.
So,
oh my goodness.
1885, British Criminal Law Amendment Act raises the age of consent from 13 to 16 and protects against child prostitution.
Wow.
Their head's in the right place, but still.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's something, that's still a bit low for age of consent, but, I mean, child prostitution, damn how hard were times back. Wow.
In the Victoria era,
Jesus.
bad.
Ah, man. Well, I mean,
That's
Victoria is over there receiving Zulu chiefs, so... Yikes.
That's your turn, Sander, for the next one. That was my 3.
1885, we have Japan's first patent was issued to the inventor of a rust-proof paint. Oh, okay, that's interesting there.
Huh. Rust-proof paint.
Shit.
Never heard that before.
Yep, also off topic. Nintendo's been around since Jack the Ripper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the fax machine existed when Abraham Lincoln did, and so did the samurai. So, like, theoretically, a samurai could have sent a fax to Abraham Lincoln. Like, because those three did exist at the same time.
He just sends him a fax saying, "Yo."
Oh my God. You have dishonored
Dishonored.
America.
You have dishonored our country.
Oh, okay, let's not get into stereotypes here. Make fun of accents.
Keep it
Moving on
yeah.
to 1893, France introduced motor vehicle registration, including a driving test. All right.
What a thought.
About
I know,
time.
right? And in 1894, Sir Oliver Joseph Lodge demonstrated wireless telegraphy radio using Morse code at a meeting of the British Association for the Advancements of Science at Oxford University. A
That
radio.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Too bad they killed the radio star.
Huh. Yeah. But back to you, Mr. Sohan.
Sure. 1900, first electric tram in Netherlands, Ledenspleen, Dorgratz.
This is big. I don't know why this is not highlighted.
what the hell? 1901, SS Islander hits iceberg near Alaska and sinks, killing 70. Damn SS.
Huh.
I know it's a ship.
Yeah, no, it's called the Islander and it's sunk. Like,
I was saying, damn SS, like the Nazis.
well before the Nazis, but yeah. But they have another 1900 one there.
Also 1901, the first plane powered flight by Gustav Whitehead and his number 21.
Number 21. Let's take a look at that. Number 21 aircraft. Huh. Well, that obviously is not it. Okay.
Well, I can do another one.
Yes. Talk about this
19
this guy who looks like Abbott or Costello. He looks like one of those two.
Yeah.
He looks like a stunt double for Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, Laurel Hardy. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
1903, champion James J. Jeffries scores a 10-round TKO against went over former champion James J. Corbett in San Francisco, his 6th heavyweight boxing title defense. Really, he's just knocking out other people named Jameses.
Yeah, well, that his name reminds me of
James.
what's his face from Spider-Man, who always wants Spider-Man.
John Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, like what's with all the J names? What's going on? There's J's everywhere. Let's see
Oh,
here.
that's why he's knocking them out. There can only be one.
Mr. MTM.
In 1908, the first beauty contest is held in Folkestone, England. Oh, wow.
Oh, all right.
1911, General Leconte appointed temporary president of Haiti.
I was wondering what's going on with Haiti. Was there a coup or something? Huh. If anybody watching wants to go down that rabbit hole, let us know in the comment section. That'd be awesome.
Well,
Didn't
French
they?
territory then,
I think
they,
so, maybe.
Yeah, they killed all the slave masters before. 1911, the United States Senate leaders begin to rotate the office of President pro tempore, for the time being, of the Senate among leading candidates to fill the vacancy left behind by William P. Fry's death.
Yikes. Yeah, you got to have contingencies. Somebody in an important position, like, gets into an accident, or suffers something fatal. Like, you got to do something to keep the system going. So, moving on to Titan 12, 2,500 U.S. Marines invaded Nicaragua. U.S. remains there until 1925, so 13 years. All right. Then 1914, British Expeditionary Force led by Field Marshal John French and General Henry Wilson landed in France, during the First World War. Yep. And 1917, China declared war on Germany and Austria. China. I mean, it was World War I, but I knew there were Indian involvements, but I had no idea China was involved.
Oh, yeah, big time.
In World War I?
Oh, well, that's true. I'm thinking World War II.
Yeah, no, this is 1917.
But apparently they were.
Okay. Back to you, Mr. Sohan. You get to talk about the Summer Olympics, 1920.
1920, the 7th Summer Olympic Games in Antwerp, Belgium. First time Olympic voice the released to symbolize peace and Olympic flag flown.
All right. Here you go.
Yes. Also, 1922. The first old-time musicians radio broadcast. Jenkins WSB Atlanta.
All right. And 1925, the first one.
I'll do both 1925s.
All right.
Also, 1925, Mount Rushmore monument first proposed.
Yeah.
They should have scrapped it.
Yeah, they should have not done it because they still have all the debris at the base. Like, they completely ruined that entire mountainside. Like
1925, the original Hedgie Moccasin Powerhouse is completed and goes online.
I want to go back to the Mount Rushmore thing just real quick. You want to know something really sad? There's some people out there who believe that occurred naturally. I'm not joking.
Oh, no.
I'm not joking. Like there's what was it? 7% of 7% of U.S. citizens. You can look this up on Google. 7% of U.S. citizens believe chocolate milk come from brown cows.
Flat earthers, no doubt.
What the? How? As George Carlin said, think about how stupid people are, and then realize that half of them are even more dumb than that. Like, it is beyond your comprehension.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. MTM, 1929. This is interesting.
The Jewish Agency for Palestine forms.
That's an eyebrow raiser with how everything played out.
Oi!
Well, I mean, there's no more Palestine anymore, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oi! Oi! Oi!
Brooklyn Dodgers reliever John Quinn of 49 becomes the oldest pitcher to win an MLB game in a 2-1 10th inning victory over the New York Giants at the Polo Grounds.
Ah.
It's amazing. Almost 50.
Yeah. And uno más, senor? Actually, why don't you take both 1930s?
Philips makes the 1 millionth radio. Philips, the technology company.
Yeah, their 1 millionth radio. Cool.
And 1932, the 10th Summer Olympic Games closes in Los Angeles, USA.
All
That's
right.
where the Coliseum comes from. 32 Olympics.
Yep. Let's see here. Moving up to 1935, and I'm pretty sure you're happy about this. Social Security Act became law.
Woohoo!
Yeah. In my generation, it's just a big ol' IOU.
Yeah. Oh, believe me.
Thanks a lot, boomers.
Don't stretch that out.
Just kidding.
1936. Yeah, well, he is a dude. This guy here, first generation baby boomer, like February of 1930.
Oh wow.
30.
No, 1946.
Thank you.
What's 10 years? What's a decade?
10 years.
Second month.
Yeah.
Of the official
Yeah.
boomer birth.
Just 1 month away, but like he still has his first edition star on his forehead. Like a Pokemon card or something.
6 months after the Chinese surrendered.
Japan.
Yeah.
The Chinese.
Japanese surrendered. Still got China on my
Chinese
mind.
Jap-
Anyway, moving on up to 1936. Rainy Betha was hanged in Owensboro, Kentucky, in the last public execution in the United States. All right, and while I was
people want that back for some reason.
Well, we gotta make examples of certain people. But anyway, 1936, United States defeated Canada in 1918 in poor conditions outdoors to win the gold medal in the inaugural men's basketball competition at the Olympic Games in Berlin. All right, so U.S. versus Canada in Berlin in basketball.
Okay.
Because that makes sense. Back to you, Mr. Soen. 1937, the first one. Actually, both of them. The first two.
1937, Appalachian Trail is formed, completed, traversing 2,000 miles and 14 U.S. states, Georgia to Maine.
All right.
Yeah, nice. Also, in 1937, China declares war on Japan.
Ooh. Here we go.
And
1938.
1938, BBC's first feature film on TV, Student of Prague.
Ah, all right. Then Mr. MTM, 1939.
The first night Major League Baseball game in the city of Chicago is played at Comiskey Park. The White Sox beat the St. Louis Browns 5-2. I didn't know they used to be called the Browns. Interesting.
Huh.
In 1941, U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt and British Prime Minister Winston Churchill issued the joint declaration that later becomes known as the Atlantic Charter.
I'll say, no, they're not sharing a joint.
The joint declaration.
The Atlantic
Well,
Charter.
Dude, hear me out, dude. What if we, made the Atlantic, a thing, like a trade route? That would be so cool.
Oh, dude, totally.
I don't know what to say because I'm a stoner and I'm not that bad. So, the Atlantic Charter was a statement issued on August 14th, 1941 that set out U.S. and British goals for the world after the end of World War II, months before the U.S. even entered the war. Wow, dude, the chutzpah of the U.S. We're not even in the war. We're like, okay, what are we going to do when we win?
Yeah,
it's like,
this
wow.
is what we're going to do.
Wow,
right here.
really? Wow, dude, the balls.
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's what we're going to do when we annihilate you.
Speaking of what we're going to do to annihilate the Germans back then, you got another one here. MTM?
Dwight D. Eisenhower, named commander for invasion of North Africa.
All right. Yeah. Yep. We're going to move on up to 1943. We have the first Allied air raid on Borneo. All right. Borneo, is that in Africa or something? Where's Borneo?
No, South America. No, I think somewhere. I think it's Indonesia somewhere.
Borneo, it's in Asia. Okay, here we go. Greater Sunda Islands. Hold on a second. Let me see. Borneo map. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, it's somewhere in Indonesia.
Indonesia, yeah.
As you said, I think. Okay, that would make sense because the Japanese are probably occupying there. They were all over the place in the Pacific. We also have, let's see here, 1945, Vietnam. Here we go. Ho Chi Minh's Viet Minh movement launched a coordinated uprising against French rule across Vietnam following the Japanese surrender. So that explains things because Japan took over Vietnam. Vietnam was a French protectorate,
Right.
Or like a colony or something. France was no longer a nation. Well, they were a nation by this time again in 1945. They were no longer occupied.
Right.
But after Japan surrendered, France was busy, coming back from the brink of death. So Ho Chi Minh is just like, hey, let's just take it, you know, and then they
French
did.
pulled out and we stupidly moved in.
Yeah, because we were allies with
It's
French.
It's like Ho Chi Minh's like, hear me out.
Huh.
Let's take it.
Yeah. 1945 as well. While all that was going on, Japanese government notified the Allies that it accepted the Potsdam Declaration. And this should have been like before all of that, because this is the big one. On this date, 1945, you know, while, you know, these last two just happened at the same time, VJ Day, victory in Japan. Japan surrendered unconditionally to end the World War II. It is also August 15th, depending on the time zone, because they are in tomorrow.
Okay.
So we will be talking about this again tomorrow, but this
And the
is like,
and the infamous picture.
yeah.
Yeah, no one.
That there's a statue of that actually down in San Diego. We went and saw that.
I don't remember.
When we went with you,
Yeah.
you and your brother and his wife,
yeah.
we went to go on the aircraft carrier and everything.
Yeah.
There's that statue of the
I don't remember.
kissing.
I'm
Hold on a
surprised
second.
they didn't try to take that down.
Yeah. Yeah, here it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's in color too, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, moving on back to Mr. Sohan, 1947. Oh, here we go.
Sure, 1947, Babe Dirkenson's Sarhias gives up amateur status for $300,000.
Oh, wow. So it became a professional, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, 1947, Pakistan gains independence from Great Britain.
Ooh,
Ah.
it's kind of big.
Is it just me or does he sound more far away? His mic
Yeah.
just changed. Do you
How
have a
about
fan?
now?
Oh,
There
wow,
you go.
that's loud. That's much better.
Okay, 1947, Pakistan gains independence from Great Britain.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
And 1949, military coup in Syria under control of Colonel Sami Hinari.
Huh. Mr. MTM, to torture the loon here, if
Oh,
you want to
yeah.
take 1948.
I was hoping you skipped it.
That's why I skipped it.
1948, the Australian fast bowler Ray Lindwall takes a 6-20 as England dismissed for a record low 52 in fifth cricket test at the Oval. Don Bradman out for 0 in the final test innings.
Cricket. What on earth does that mean?
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. Thanks for.
Cricket
making
is a
that
cell
Sandra.
phone company.
Appreciate that, yeah.
It is a cell phone company, a wireless service provider.
Place in the Sun, 1951. A Place in the Sun, film adaptation of Theodore Dreiser's An American Tragedy, directed by George Stevens, starring Montgomery Clift, Elizabeth Taylor, and Shelley Winters, premieres in Los Angeles, California, and wins 6 Academy Awards, including Best Director in 1952.
All right. Ooh, this is big here.
Alan Turning's groundbreaking paper on mathematical biology, The Chemical Basis for Morphogenesis, is published in 1952.
What does that even mean? Let me look that up here real quick. Chemical basis for...
Discussing like
It describes how
changes.
patterns in nature, such as stripes and spirals, can arise naturally from a homogeneous, uniform state. Okay. So like sponges and the fur patterns and stuff, like, you know, like...
yeah, like why do zebras have stripes?
Yeah, why do leopards have spots? Why do giraffes have, you know, and like all of everything is all like it's unique. It's like a thumbprint,
Yeah.
you know. So that's pretty cool. What else do we got here? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to say. For further reading on like all the like wikis and stuff that we've been looking up, please refer to the underbar in the description below. After the live stream, of course, they will be in there at that time. What else do we got here? 1958, Canadian Football League plays their first game. Winnipeg 29 to Edmonton 21. All right, so yeah, Canada. Look at you.
Yeah. How about that, huh?
And while that was happening, Cleveland Indian Vice Power stole home twice in one game. Wow. He stole it twice.
Huh.
We-
That's really unusual.
Keep an eye on him. And 1959, we have the first AFL meeting was held in Chicago. Charter memberships handed to Dallas, New York, Houston, Denver, Los Angeles, and Minneapolis, St. Paul. AFL named the following week. So this was before they even had a name. So, oh, all right. Back to Mr. Sohan in 1962.
Are you sure? In 1960?
Go for it.
1960, UN peacekeeping troops deployed to the Republic of Congo.
That is a good one. So let me add that here real quick. 1960. All right.
Also, 1962, NASA civilian test pilot Joseph A. Walker takes X-15 to 60,000 meters.
Ah. Ooh, this is pretty big here. The other 1962 underneath that.
Also 1962, U.S. mail truck in Plymouth, Massachusetts robbed for more than $1.5 million.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. A mail truck. Like, I'm pretty sure they had armored trucks back then. Why are you hauling money in a mail truck? You know, that's stupid. Anyway, MTM, 1964.
Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, and Syria form common market.
All right, good. Economies.
I wonder what they're trading besides oil. Guns.
And blood.
Probably goods and spices and, I don't know.
1964. Also, the LA Angels pitcher Bo Belinsky is suspended after a hotel room fight with elderly Los Angeles Times sports writer Raven Dyer.
Oh my God.
Man, he must have got taught of the bad review.
Huh.
I remember Bo Belinsky, absolutely.
All right, what else do we got here? 1965. Oh, here we go.
The Continental Football League plays first games. Oh wait, what? The Beatles? What happened with the Beatles?
Yeah, you can't skip that.
Oh, well, they just...
Yeah,
The Beatles tape an appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yeah, that was taped and everything. They weren't actually there. Like, that's whatever.
Yeah, but it went live.
First one?
You don't understand. That was just a moment. Like 95% of the TVs in the U.S. were on that show. The Ed
To
Sullivan
watch
show.
a pre-recording?
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Beatles.
it was done.
They
It's the
will
Beatles, dude.
They'll probably watch, if they could, watch Paul McCartney sleep.
Yeah, that's right.
Paul McCartney sleep stream.
Some people just have a sick obsession. Anyway, let's move on up to 1965. Why don't you take this one as well? Because speaking of music.
Sure. Sonny and Cher's single "I Got You, Babe" hits #1.
And that's a good song.
It is a great song.
It is a good song until you watch Groundhog Day, and then you'll get tired of it really quick. Really quick. So,
Yeah, it does.
Groundhog Day.
Same thing with Barbie Girl when you watch Twisted Metal.
oh my God. 1966, we have the first U.S. lunar orbiter began orbiting the moon.
Ooh.
All right, cool. And while that was happening, Cleveland Stadium's first rock concert, the Beatles, headlines. Fans break through barriers and rush stage, causing a 30-minute delay while order is restored. Wow. Like, as I said, a lot of people have an unhealthy obsession, and, you know, they just can't control themselves, and they just make everything worse for everybody else around them.
Like I said, some people will pay money to see Paul McCartney sleep.
It was a phenomenal thing. It really was.
Let's see here. 1967, Belgian embassy in Kinshasa, Congo, was plundered. Wow.
That's good.
That's
Never
not
good.
cool. And then we got some film and TV history for Sohan.
Film and TV history, 1967, celebrity hairdresser Fadal Sassoon cuts actress Mia Farrow's hair into the famous pixie cut, costing $5,000. In reality, just a publicity stunt. Farrow had previously cut her own hair.
Huh. So pixie
You
cut.
fraud.
Let's see here. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
Right there. That's a good shot of it.
Okay. So Cyrus hair.
Yeah,
Kinda.
Cyrus hair.
Yes.
Okay. Or I guess Cyrus has Vidal Sassoon hair. Actually, no, not Vidal Sassoon. Mia Farrow. Wow, I'm stupid.
Yeah, because
What else do we got here? 1968. Here we go.
1968 Montreal Expos officially become a member of NL National League. I'm getting.
Yeah. Well, I hope National League. It's either that or the other N-word league that I don't want to say. So, for baseball, who were the Montreal Expos? Were they baseball or were they
Baseball,
football?
yeah.
Baseball. So it
Yeah.
was the other
National
word.
League, yeah.
No, isn't National League?
That's what the Dodgers are in the National League. Angels are in the American League.
Oh yeah, this is 1968. This is after a segregation in baseball was overcome. Okay.
That league.
I was thinking of that other league. I
Yeah, I know
don't want
what
to say
you
that word. You did yesterday on the show, but it's you know it's nothing out of hate. It's just you know the title of an organization, but people get so pissed off.
Yeah.
You know what's the problem with that? You deny history, and people that had an opportunity to play baseball, people of color,
Yeah.
had an opportunity to play some ball.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're
Even
talking about
though
that one
it
guy you
wasn't
couldn't
good,
see in his
but-
heyday. You know,
Yeah.
we spoke about him yesterday.
Yeah, Satchel Paige.
Yeah, yeah. 1971. Whose turn is it?
I got one more thing.
Okay.
1971, Bahrain proclaims independence after 110 years of British rule.
Yeah. It's pronounced Bahrain.
Okay,
And
but how?
I only
okay.
know that because I have family who lived in there at one point. So
Also, 1971, British begins internment without trial in Northern Ireland.
Wow.
That's bad.
I get it. The troubles are troubling, but now they're just arresting people without, you know, like,
Cause.
well, it is cause, but without, you know, what's the word? Restraint. They're just like, oh, you're Irish. We're going to arrest you. Like, that's basically what we were doing to the blacks back in the day. So, yikes. You know, the Irish, white people, everybody has it rough, guys. That's what everybody needs to realize. Anyway, Mr. MTM, let's see here, 1973, where are we? Here we go.
1973, U.S. ends the secret bombing of Cambodia, which is sounds bizarre to me on paper. They just have do they bomb Cambodia? Then Uncle Sam just goes, "Oh man, I am really gassy today. I'm sorry about that, guys."
Well, it was unofficial.
How do they cover
We
that
wouldn't
up?
ad-
That's crazy.
The point was we wouldn't
It's a
admit
bomb.
that we were bombing Cambodia. It was all unofficial.
See, the problem was because Vietnam
We're
borders-
bombing the hell out of them. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah, this is during the Vietnam War, and this is 1973, so it's near the end. But Vietnam borders Cambodia, and the Viet Cong were going out of Vietnam, going into Cambodia on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and then coming back into Vietnam near the bottom, knowing full well because Cambodia was a neutral nation. They were not involved in the war, so we couldn't do anything. So they were playing our own politics against us, but we still secretly bombed them. But before that, we all know about the cloud seeding and all that stuff to extend the monsoon season by about 6 months or whatever it was. That was specifically because they were using Cambodia. We couldn't use explosives and stuff on them, so we just tried to rain them out and make the path
We bombed
unusable.
Cambodia.
But we eventually did start bombing Cambodia because
Yeah.
the weather warfare wasn't working. They were still getting men and supplies, into the South Vietnam, through the Ho Chi Minh Trail. So, where there's a will, there's a way. And the Viet Cong, they kicked our asses. So, yeah. What else do we have? 1974.
The U.S. Congress authorizes U.S. citizens to own gold.
Oh, that one. Thank you.
Big deal.
Yes.
Big
It was
deal.
a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because before, because they took away the rights of private citizens to own, precious metals like gold and such during World War II to keep it safe. So that way, foreign bad actors wouldn't be able to buy gold on the market and then take it out of country and deplete, the U.S.'s internal supply, from public to private.
We could have decorative gold, jewelry, stuff like that, but we had to fill out special government forms to buy gold to commercially use it. And here's the kicker: it was held constantly the same price, $36 and change, never changed.
Let's see here, 1975. This one's pretty big. Oh, actually, MTM. Someone, would you like to take this one because you for reasons.
What year?
Music history, 1975.
Music history 1975. Okay. Oh my God. 1975. Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich is buried at the Novodevichy Cemetery in Moscow. Wow, he finally was touched.
Novodevichy.
He outlived Stalin.
Dmitry Shostakovich is buried at Novodevichy Cemetery in Moscow.
MTM, I'm not sure how much you know about this guy, but to give a refresher course to the viewers, but to educate you, I think, this guy, Stalin wanted to kill this guy, but he was too popular in the people. Like, his compositions were played to raise morale during the Battle of Stalingrad. He was the people's symphony master, and Stalin couldn't kill him because if he did, the entirety of Russia would probably revolt against him. This guy was the untouchable from Stalin, of all people. So that's why sorry to take that away from you, but Stoen, has made a joke. He's the untouchable, and he was. So,
but do I get another one here?
Yeah, of course. Yes, let's get to 1976 for you.
10,000 Northern Ireland women demonstrate for peace in Belfast.
Wow. And why don't you take this next one, because this kind of rolls into the previous one a little bit.
77,691. See, the New York Cosmos beat Fort Lauderdale record 8-3 at the Giant Stadium.
So, the point I'm trying to make is, 10,000, people, women, demonstrated for peace. Okay, that's cool. But almost 8 times more go to see a sports game. Yeah.
That's
we got to get our priorities straight.
I assume that's soccer?
I don't know. New York Cosmos beat Fort Lauderdale Strikers. New York Cosmos.
Like it.
Let's see here. New York Cosmos. Let's look that up here real quick. Yeah. That's a soccer ball. Yeah, soccer team. All right, good pull. For the sake of time, I'm going to rattle this off until we get to 90 here. 1977, we got that. 1979, rainbow seen in northern Wales for a 3-hour duration. That's a long rainbow.
Really?
Yeah. And 1980, 17,000 workers went on strike at the Lenin shipyard in Gdansk, Poland, marking the beginning of the Solidarity movement.
Ooh.
Wow. 17,000.
Oh, that was huge.
Solidarity movement.
Huge. Yeah.
Pardon me.
Your pardon.
Yep. Solidarity, full name Independent Self-Governing Trade Union Solidarity, is a Polish trade union founded in August of 1980 at the Lenin shipyard in Gdansk, Poland. Subsequently, it was the first independent trade union in a Warsaw Pact country to be recognized by the state. That is huge. Wow.
Yeah.
Where's my links? There we go. All right. What else do we have here? 1984, IBM released PC DOS version 3.0. I remember DOS.
DOS games.
Yeah. Input command here. 1985, Michael Jackson bought ATV Music, including publishing rights to most of the Beatles song catalog, for $47.5 million. 10 years later, he sold half of this interest to Sony for $150 million. Wow. He made a 200% profit. For
the
just
craziest thing about that, though, was he didn't even, I don't know if it was because he was on pills or what, but he didn't even, manage that financially. And people would just put, covers of Beatles music into commercials all the time, and he didn't do anything about it.
Oh, so he didn't actually sue people or enforce?
No, they got away with it. They kept getting away with it, and he didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, it is music. People should, hear it and such.
The sad part of this is the Beatles lost their music rights. They lost the ownership of it.
That is sad. Anyway, let's see here. 1986, Pakistani opposition leader Benazir Bhutto was arrested. Not surprising. She's an opposition leader and a female in a Muslim country. I'm surprised she wasn't killed.
I believe she was later.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, 2007, though. This is way later. But it was an assassination.
Yeah.
That is really unfortunate. Then 1989, President P.W. Botha of South Africa resigns. Bye-bye, good riddance, you apartheid piece of shit. So, Yeah.
Tell us what you really think.
Oh, I'm hoping he's rotting in hell right next to Thomas Edison, where he belongs. Then 1990, Mr. Sohan in Denver.
Sure, 1990. Denver votes for a 1% sales tax to pay for a baseball franchise.
I don't think they agreed as a city to use their own tax dollars to pay for a baseball franchise. I think that was rigged for the city to make money. That's a little weird, you know?
We'll probably pay for a ballpark or whatever.
Yeah.
But once you get the nose of the camel under the tent, look out.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we have our own story, the bridge. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like they to educate in our area, like there was a proposition to use taxpayer money to build a bridge where we really needed one.
Over train track.
Yeah, over a train track. So, you know, of course it passed, all that stuff, and then the money just disappeared, and then the proposition was brought back later.
Years later.
And then it passed, and then they did actually build a bridge. But, you know, that really
My
makes me
thing was,
think. Like,
You know, I'll re-vote to pay for it when someone's going to jail.
yeah. No,
No
nobody went to jail.
consequences. No
Like,
consequences.
so, like, the first bridge money, just nothing ever happened about it. Like, it just disappeared. So it was just, wow, okay. Let's see here. What else? 1994? Where are we? Space telescope. Here we go. Mr. Sohan.
Space telescope. What year? 1990?
94.
Okay, 1994. That's a lot of. Oh, 1994. Space telescope. Hubble photographs Uranus with ring.
Hey, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. No, seriously.
What, Pierce?
Hubble, stop looking
What?
at my...
Wasn't the Hubble the one they had to go up and fix the lens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, it
Also,
was a major embarrassment.
Yeah.
Also, 1995. Battle of Britpop. Rival bands Oasis, Roll With It, and Blur Country House released singles on on the same day. Hey, fun fact: the lead singer from Blur is also co-creator of the band Gorillaz.
Huh. Mr.
Oh, yeah, that's
MTM.
right. Where are we?
95, Iran.
95. Iran's official news agency, the IRNA, reports that Iran has been unable to sell 200 million barrels per day of crude oil since the imposition of unilateral oil embargo by the U.S.
Oh, dang. Oh, Iran better get their ish together, you know, if they want to sell oil.
Shannon Faulkner becomes the first woman to attend the Citadel.
What is this Citadel? Like, the only Citadel I know is from Half-Life 2. The core of the cadets at the Citadel, which previously had a male-only admissions policy, her application to the school was accompanied with having her gender blanked out of her high school transcripts. Faulkner enrolled after a successful lawsuit, Faulkner versus the school. So, all right.
Yeah, for speaking. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, yeah, I didn't know, like, with a Citadel, like, that's
Yeah.
kind of imposing.
This is really.
Yeah, this is
really
important
big.
here, yeah. This is your third one, I believe, MTM.
1997. Convicted Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh, formally sentenced to death by the Oklahoma Court of Appeals. I wonder if he is a Unabomber copycat.
No, he did his because of Waco.
Ah,
Because of what?
Waco.
Waco.
Oh.
the ATF's, like, militarized, over-ambitious response to Waco.
Well, I think what really pissed people off was right before Waco, their public appeal was down because they went after this guy who was just living a hermit lifestyle with his family, and they ended up killing his wife and his son, I think, when they were trying to shoot him.
Yeah.
Because the sniper had vetting. Anyway.
Moving on up to 1998, Winnie Mandela was sued by the South African government. Why?
Huh.
Let me look that up here real quick. And I know we're getting a little tight on time here, but I just want to know.
Sounds political to me.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, we really got about 20 years to go. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, that link is taking... Oh, well, if anybody wants to dig into that rabbit hole, let us know in the comment section. That'd be great. I'm going to rattle off until we get Well, I'm going to rattle off several. Let's see here. 2003, wide-scale power blackout in the northeast United States and Canada. Huh. I think that was some kind of storm going on, maybe? I'm not sure. I think I remember that because... No, that was way before my WoW days, so never mind. I was still in high school, though. Let's see here. 2007, coordinated bombings in Yazidi communities in Iraq kill at least 500 people. This is the second deadliest terror attack of all time. So what is the deadliest? This terror attack. Deadliest terror attacks. Lists of battles, but that's all battles. But this is battles. No, I want. Okay, well, I'm not gonna follow that rabbit hole. 2010, the first Summer Youth Olympic Games opened in Singapore. All right. And then 2013, 638 people were killed in violent clashes between police and protesters across Egypt. That's right, they had a whole revolution thing at that time going on. Yikes. Mr. Sohan, 2015.
Yes, 2015, most expensive face transplant surgery ever performed on Patrick Hardison by Dr. Eduardo Rodriguez at New York University Langone Medical Center.
Huh. All right, well, let me, Patrick Hardison. Huh. Oh, wow. So I guess that's like as it's healing.
Face transplant, that's,
Whoa. What happened? Oh, he was a firefighter.
Yeah.
Oh, he got burnt. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Also, in 2016, an all-British finals in the men's cycling sprint with Jason Kinney beating teammate Callum Skinner at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics.
All right. For your third one, let's talk about our boy, Usain Bolt.
Yeah, 2016, Jamaican sprint star Usain Bolt wins coveted 200-meter Olympic 100-meter gold in 9.8 seconds. Oh, 81 seconds at Rio de Janeiro Olympics. First man to win the event three times.
Yeah, he's good.
We are doomed if he ever becomes a zombie.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's a runner zombie, yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, we're done.
My turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Cholera has now infected more than 500,000 people, 500,000 people in Yemen, and killed over 2,000 according to the World Health Organization.
Yeah. Cholera came back. Yeah.
Yikes.
That's wrong.
Mudslide and flooding in Freetown, Sierra Leone of the same year ends up killing over 500 with 600 still missing.
Wow.
Jeez.
And parliamentary citizenship scandal deepens in Australia the same year after Barbary Joyce, deputy prime minister, revealed to be a New Zealand citizen.
Uh-oh. I'm going to do a little bit more rattling off here. 2017 as well, U.S. President Donald Trump condemned racist violence at the White House after criticism of his earlier response to the Charlottesville violence.
Yeah.
2018, 2.3 million estimated Venezuelans have left the crisis-hit Venezuela since 2015, according to the United Nations. So 3 years and 2.3 million people. So where'd they go? They came here. And while that was happening, in 2018 as well, Italy's Morgante Bridge collapsed in Genoa, taking 30 vehicles with it and killing 43. Yikes.
30 vehicles.
Yikes. Whoa. While that was going on, Pennsylvania grand jury alleged 300 predator priests abused over 1,000 children over 30 years, and Catholic leaders covered it after a 2-year investigation.
That's sick. Just sick.
Yeah. It is. Then 2019, It Is Raining Plastic survey published plastic found in 90% of rain samples taken in Colorado by the U.S. Department of the Interior and the U.S. Geological Survey. That's yikes. So, wow.
Plastic?
If it'll be okay to you, I want to skip to 2021.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
In 2021, call the fire near Lake Tahoe begins, and California goes on to destroy 1,000 structures and over 118,000 acres.
Wow.
Also in 2022, fire at Abu Simbin Church in Giza, Egypt, results in 41 deaths.
Wow.
And to 2022, unsealed court papers of FBI search of Donald Trump's residence in Mar-a-Lago show 11 sets of classified documents recovered, some labeled top secret.
Hasn't that been proven to be a lie?
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
26, Comet Swift Turtle approaches close to Earth.
All right, so if you're around on this time in 2126, Comet Swift Tunnel is going to be around. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Oh wow.
Yep. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition, which itself includes
Showing TV on Twitch.
Yep. And MTM's link tree as well. For your dose of passive insanity, we stream every day at 11 in the morning Pacific time, which is 12 Mountain,
1 Central,
and 2 p.m. Pacific time. For all of you and all of us, I'm A.O. Xander.
Showing.
And I'm MTM.
Golden Loom.
And you, of course, are you viewer. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!